My name is Martin. I have been studying charisma and social skills for 3 years straight, and in today's video I'm about to show you how you can calculate your own charisma based on this simple mathematical equation. Let's get into it. The formula how to calculate your own charisma is kindness times honesty. But before you and me calculate our own charisma, we need to first understand what kindness and honesty even mean, because those sentences are very vague and people like these stupid gurus online like to throw them around. Be kind, be honest. But in fact, if you understand the principles, the core behaviors behind kindness and honesty, then you will actually know how honest and how kind you truly are, and you are not in this vague realm of, oh, I am a kind person. You now know the argument behind it, you now know the principles. So that's why we need to look at. Kindness is split into 5 of the most important categories. If you are kind, you are probably complimenting a lot of people a lot. If you are not doing this, then it is a very big chance that you at the end of this video will get a really bad score in your kindness category. Then after the compliments, we have smiling often. That means if you are smiling often and you have this very humorous and good vibe about yourself, you will naturally be much more kind and charismatic. Then we have cracking jokes. If you are humorous and you know how to make people laugh, that is an awesome quality that you can have, so that definitely goes into kindness. Active listening is the time where you need to be empathetic towards the other person. You need to understand their thoughts, you need to empathize with their problems, and you need to listen to them actively without a judgmental mindset. Once you have all of these 4 covered, then we'll go to being happy for others. There are a lot of people, and we have probably been in that scenario, when we were in a bus and we saw some guy with a very beautiful girlfriend. A lot of people would say, oh, he's not even that attractive, why is that girl with him and not with me? That is the mindset of envy. That type of mindset will destroy your charisma because you are not happy for them. Instead, you are envying them. But once you get happy for the success of others, that's when you will unlock this absolutely new level of charisma. Now that we have covered the kindness, let's move to honesty. And this is split into respect, assertiveness, responsibility, openness, and humbleness. Respect is defined by you, for example, being on time, where people can respect you. When people say, hey, can you do this for me? And can you do that for me? Oh, will you be on time on this specific event? That is respect. Then we have assertiveness. Assertiveness is when someone does something really bad to you, but you can call it out. You are not a pussy. You can call it out and tell them, listen, I don't appreciate this behavior. Can you just not do that again, please? That is, for example, assertiveness. Then we have responsibility. Responsibility is when you are apologizing to someone, but instead of blaming them, you will blame yourself. It might look something like this. I'm really sorry I have done this. It's completely my fault, and I can assure you this will not happen again. I am putting the blame on me, not onto the other person. And then we have openness. Openness is defined if you can talk about virtually any topic that you desire. You can be talking about how the work went, you can be talking about the weather, or maybe about your weather dreams. It doesn't matter what the topic is, you will still be open and you will still be extremely honest in that scenario. You will still be non-judgmental, but you will keep talking, and then listening and listening. After openness, we have the final step, and that is the humbleness. If you know how to be humble and not be extremely arrogant in front of other people, you will stand out as the person who is grounded and who is not that arrogant, because the arrogant people are disliked by others. People who have this kind of arrogant energy will never get liked by other people, because you can just smell, you can just sense their negative and very arrogant energy about them. But before we calculate, I just want to tell you why there is the kindness combined with honesty. The reason for that is because we know a lot of men who are extremely kind and very nice, but they are not honest whatsoever, because they are always saying, I like this about you, I like this, you are so beautiful, you are so nice, but in fact it all stands out from the mindset of dishonesty. So if you want to be kind, you also need to have the honesty combined with the true kindness, and it also goes vice versa. If you are, for example, extremely honest, then you'll be probably really toxic to other people. You'll be saying that this motherfucker did this to me, this guy is a complete nut job, I hate this dickhead, and you'll be way too honest, and you will have zero of the kindness. So that's why we need to combine the nice guy syndrome with the dickhead energy, and suddenly you get the best gentleman there is. If you don't have such good understanding of yourself, and you might think that you are way too arrogant and you might put some wrong numbers into the calculator, first ask some other people. Tell them, what if you were to rank me in compliments, what number would you give me? Would you give me the 1, would you give me the 5, or maybe would you give me the 10? And then also ask in the honesty category, if you would say that I'm assertive, what number would you give me? A 10 out of 10? 5 out of 10, or just 1 out of 10. I have studied charisma and social skills for 3 years straight, so I pretty much understand how I work. But if you are not sure about yourself, first go ahead and ask your parents, maybe your friends, and they will tell you what do they think about you. Because at the end, other people's opinion is the most important opinion in charisma, not your own. Before we calculate, I want to add one very important thing, and that is that kindness and honesty can be measured through 1 all the way up to 10. Not 15, not 100. 1 all the way up to 10. 10 is the best kindness you can have. You're the most kind person in the entire room. But honesty can be also measured through 1 all the way up to 10. You're the most honest person in the entire room if you have the 10 out of 10 honesty. So let's get into it. I have been studying charisma and social skills for 3 years straight, so I definitely don't believe that you're gonna get same results as me. Let's pull up the calculator together and let's now see what number will you get. I'm 9 out of 10 in kindness, and then I am also honesty. Let me see this. Honesty, I probably am 9.5 in honesty, 100%. Or maybe 9.6. And now once you hit calculate, you will see your charisma score. You will get a number of 1 all the way up to 100. 1 is the worst charisma you can possibly have, and the 100 is the best charisma that you can ever have. If you get a score above 60, you are probably in the top of 25% of people in charisma overall in the entire world. If you get above 75, you are probably in somewhere in 10%. If you get above 85, where I am standing right now, you should be in the 5 or 3% of charisma of the entire world. If you got above 90, you are in top 1% of charisma in this entire world. And if you got below 50, then it's time to work on your social skills, my friend. And because you got this far into the video, I have a very special surprise for you. My name is Martin, and I am the inventor of the social yin yang. Imagine one day you coming up into your workspace and you will be shaking hands with everyone there. Everyone is looking at you and nobody around you is a snake. But on the other hand, you also have those assertive and really bad people around you. But with combination of kindness and assertiveness, you will be able to get rid of them immediately. And that is the combination and the power of the social yin yang. The dark side is you being assertive but respected by other people, but the light side is you being kind but also extremely humble. And if you combine both of these together, you will achieve the social mastery, aka the social yin yang. And I have created a full program where I will teach you social yin yang myself. And if you see no results whatsoever in the social yin yang program in your first 3 months of joining, I will personally refund all of your money back to you, because if you will not succeed, I don't want your money. So if you are interested in joining the social yin yang program, click the first link in the description. I will see you there. And if you are still not ready for some reason, click the second link in the description. And I will hop with you on a 30-minute one-on-one call, where I will personally teach you charisma and social skills. And if you want to know what compliments make people love you in the click of your fingers, you should click this video right here. Live a happy life, man!